Hello, welcome back to our channel. Right now I'm cooking a little bit of dinner, but I wanted to catch you guys up on how everything has been going in pregnancy, this fourth baby, because it has been a while since I have made a more vlog style video. So as I cook, thought I might as well grab the camera and get going on this. I am right now 27 weeks pregnant today, so second trimester wrap up will be this video because basically I'm done with it now. Let's start off with how I've been feeling, because I have been feeling pretty good. I have been sick. I remember with my first pregnancy, it was scary times because it was right before COVID, so I didn't know COVID was around because it was in December of 2019. That is when James was born. But I'm pretty sure I got COVID before anyone knew like COVID was a thing. And I was sick for like 2 full months right before I delivered James. And there are parts of the like labor process that I don't remember very well. And I think it's because I was just so sick and like so tired. And I was working a lot too. And it was terrible. So being sick again, it just reminds me of James and being pregnant with James. And like I said, it wasn't my favorite times. I was very sick. So now I've just gotten like 3 different colds. Bing bang boom. In August I got sick at the beginning of the month, and I have basically been sick up until now. And then it's not that bad because I'm the main one who's sick. And then little baby Robbie, my 18-month-old, he is also sick, but he's taking it like a champ. I'm like the loser who's taking it really, really hard. So that's where I'm at. And that's been the worst part of the second trimester, really. The rest of it has been good. I have not been too tired, except for I do fall asleep every night when I put the kids to sleep, which even before I was pregnant, I would do that some nights, and then I'd wake up and like do work. So that is not 100% unusual for me to do that. So I'm not gonna say that's like a huge thing with pregnancy. One second, I gotta grab the broccoli. Yes, that is one thing that has been going on, is just being more tired. And I remember that from specifically my last pregnancy, being pretty dang tired. And I think a lot of it also has to do with I've just been very active. I've been trying to run at least 4 days a week. Now my runs were up to 7-8 miles just in July, but I sprained my ankle in August. And since then, I've had a little bit of joint issues because of it. Nothing terrible. So that slowed me down a little bit. And then I also just have started getting round ligament pain worse than I've gotten in previous pregnancies. So with that round ligament pain, it has made it just a little more difficult to run. My mileage has been at about 4 miles to 5 miles max. And now the kids are in school. She started 2 days a week at preschool, and then James goes full-time in the mornings. That has been a shift for our family in a good way. I mean, Richie loves school. James really loved school last year. He has a little bit of an adjustment period this year, but you know what? I heard that happens to a lot of kids when they go from one day a week to like more days. A lot of it just comes down to transitioning to something different, but most of it he's just tired because school does start pretty early. And all summer we didn't have a schedule where he had to wake up like early, so he could sleep in some days. And now he has to be up at 6:30, you know, every day, which is not his ideal. And Eric's been on his weight loss journey. He actually is down to 230 pounds. So he'll have to do an update video soon on that. And he had a little bit of fluctuation. He got down to 234 at his lowest last time around, but then we had life happen and we were not focusing on eating out, dieting. We found out I was pregnant unexpectedly, and he gained about 25 pounds back, but now he's lost that and some. So he's on a good path right now that we're hoping will continue, and our basement's still also in the process of getting done. We almost have full walls up, which is great, but we just got a lot of moving parts going on, trying to prep, you know, life-wise, financially-wise, business-wise, for another child to be coming into our world. So there is just a lot going on right now that I would like calm, but nothing's gonna be calm. I've been traveling quite a bit for work too the last few weeks, which has made things a little more difficult, I know, on Eric, but he is such a good dad, so he always is willing to take the kids when I gotta go to town. Obviously I have to work, so that's all just a part of our life. What I made here is a round roast. Oh my gosh, that looks so, so good. I love crock pots. If you are a person who doesn't use a crock pot, how do you do it? How do you do that? I use a crock pot at least twice a week for our meats, and a lot of times I'll also do like full chili soups, whatever in there, because I need that in my life. So I don't know how you do it, but kudos to you if you don't use a crock pot. I also made some homemade croutons that I'll be having on my salad tonight. So those are in the background too. And really, in this pregnancy, I have been eating so healthy compared to other pregnancies. With Richie and Robert, I craved sweets nonstop. Like, I was a fiend with sweets. Now, I've been eating a lot healthier, a lot less sweets. I do have like a candy, you know, a fun-sized candy bar usually once a day. We have some granola bars that are a little sweeter, Sunbelt, so they're like Little Debbie, I believe is actually like a brand with them. Not the healthiest things, but they get the job done. And those ones have been really good, and they remind me of my childhood because I ate them when I was a kid. So those have been working out very well for like, hey, that little hunger you get in between lunch and dinner, get that. And I really haven't been eating breakfast, which that's something with every other pregnancy I've had to eat right away in the morning. I haven't really had that since the first trimester with this pregnancy. So that's been very nice. I've been trying to work out a little bit more, going to the Y and lifting. That's been on the back burner since I started traveling the last couple weeks here. But as soon as I get back from my last trip, which will be Wednesday, I want to get back to run in the morning, go to the gym, then start work. It worked out very well the first 2 weeks of school. Then I had to travel. And now we're gonna get back into that because I feel like I'm losing some strength, and I really need that strength to be able to take care of the kids, be able to take care of babies, be able to be a mom. So, and also the basement stuff has thrown me off because that's been stress, very stressful on many fronts. Life front, financial front, having to walk around to do our laundry because we don't have stairs down to our basement. It is quite the ordeal that's going on right now, and it's one that I hope would be done by now because now it's going on 1 whole year. We'll get it done though. We'll get it done. There were a lot of unknowns, of course, that have popped up. And then we're flipping a rental property that's taken longer than expected as well. So that's another stressor that usually I can handle these things very well. But with pregnancy, there's one more step of, my God, what's going on in life right now? Like, I need a lifeline. But, you know, we are working through it. I'm always a person who's like, things are going to work out. Life will work out, right? And I don't like to complain. I like to say I'm very blessed in everything that I have, so there's no point for me to complain. I can put food on the table. We have our needs. We're good. You know, I can balance things. And I have the ability to do what I gotta do, you know? I'm an able-bodied individual, which I'm very thankful for. I guess, guys, I'm kind of going on a tangent here. I'm not exactly just focusing on the second trimester. But all in all, second trimester has been going pretty great. The kids have really been enjoying the baby. Robbie now kind of understands there's a baby in there. He'll even say like, he'll say, no baby, no baby. And like he'll shake his head when I say baby in here, and he goes, no baby, no baby. So he's been extra clingy lately. I think it's because he's been sick, but then also I do think he kind of expects something is coming up. And I remember that with the other kids, they kind of went through a clingy phase. Thank God, the other two, when new babies were introduced, they loved them. They had no jealousy or anything. So I'm hoping Robbie has that same experience. I don't know. He is, I used to think Richard was my clingiest baby, but Robbie has quickly become #1 clinger for me, at least in the last 2 months here. So we'll see if that continues. Like I said, he's been sick, so maybe that's just a part of it. And he's been getting more alone time too, because at least 2 days a week he's the only baby at home. So I think that's been a nice little change for him. But also, you know, he's gotten used to like, oh, I get mama time, I get dada time, that's just me, as opposed to the other kids. They get that a little bit sometimes, you know, if they do an activities just with one of us. But for the most part, you know, their siblings are together. So that's one thing I got to get better at, especially when we're going to have the next baby, is we need to get some alone time for the children, which is just the children being with one parent. So I am going to try to work on that. Thank you guys for dealing with the chaos of this vlog as I make dinner. I thought this was going to be easier, but I have dishes all over one side of the countertop. So I can't put the camera over there and like make a good angle. So we're stuck with this. And the crock pot's right here. This is the other thing. I've been wanting to redo our kitchen, but there was no point to redo this kitchen unless we like add an addition onto our whole area out here, because right now it's laid out literally the only way it can be laid out. So these are all the big dreams that I have that I just need, like, you know, $100,000 more to do, and we can make them all happen, right? Because right now I got a freaking basement I gotta pay off that's put a hole in my wall, like, that's for sure. But yes, I also, in this vlog, and I'm gonna make a whole video about this, and in my plan, I think I've said this in previous videos, maybe I haven't, maybe I've just said it to people so many times, like in first a joke, but then it kind of just, I spoke it into existence in reality. By the time that I was 30, I wanted to have all my kids. I don't know, it was some weird goal I had in my head. I'd had it in my head basically since my husband and I had talked about wanting kids. And I was like, okay, cool, if it happens, it happens. But then as I got closer to like actually having all my kids, I was like, I don't know, I kind of actually want that to happen. So I made it happen, not because I planned it. This baby was not planned, but I always wanted 4 kids. And I was like, if I don't get pregnant by 30, we probably just will go with 3. So, not but planning it, I made it happen, and that's cool. I'm very glad that we're having another baby. I'm also setting off fire alarms. Welcome to my chaos, guys. I also bought this lettuce today, and it's like kind of wet, so I'm gonna have to eat it really fast. Come on, I hate when that happens. It was like a huge bulk bin. I probably should have expected it, but damn it, it makes me so mad. Alright, so having my babies before 30. So I had that joke in mind. It ends up that is actually going to happen. And, you know, maybe we'll have another baby after, but I'm pretty sure we're done at 4. I mean, we're like pretty damn set that it's gonna be done. So we have that going for us, and then I now have this commitment, and I'm like, God, when I turn 30, like, I want to be looking good. Like, I want to be celebrating my 30th birthday and being like, hey, look at me. I have 4 kids, just had a baby, you know, 2 months ago, and I look good. So this might be unrealistic, probably not healthy, and guys, don't follow me. This is just who I am, and I mean, I'm a little bit of an exercise-aholic. If you have followed me long enough, you probably know that I do love exercise of all kinds. So I am planning that I am going to get not back in my tip-top shape, because I was in the best shape of my life basically before I got pregnant with this baby, but I'm going to get back to pretty damn good shape by the time that my 30th birthday is. That's March 10th. So if this baby's born on the due date, January 2nd, doesn't give me much time, but I'm going to try to make it happen. And now, you know what? It's mind over matter. I think I can really make it happen. It just comes down to my dedication and how much focus and time and effort I put into it. So I am really focused on that. I want that to be a goal. And now as I head into the 3rd trimester, I'm like, to make that happen, I gotta be really focused on exercise in this 3rd trimester too. So that's gonna keep me motivated through the holiday season to not gain too much weight and kind of let myself go with the treats and everything, which I have done in previous pregnancies, because I use it as an excuse. I'm pregnant, I can eat whatever I want. And luckily this pregnancy I haven't really had that mindset, so I'm hoping that I continue to have that throughout. So that's where I'm at, guys. Thanks for listening to the video. My camera battery's about to die, so I'm going to cut it off here. And I think you've had enough chaos. But that is the 2nd trimester. That's what I'm planning to do the rest of pregnancy. I'll have another update probably coming up next week. So thank you, guys. If you like the video, like it, subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.